Matter of fact, fuck it, I'm gonna show you guys a little mix-up that I like to use in the beginning of a lot of matches. You've seen me do this with my Male Earthling, Female Earthling, Vegito. You've seen me do this multiple times with a lot of characters, okay? So, move up in the air, very important. Then I do something like this. And then so on and so forth. This is where I start to adapt to how my opponent is playing. If he's spamming handy cannon, if he keen stuns a lot, if he stands there and mash blocks, then at that point I start to adjust my movement. Alright, into the bread and butter with our GOAT, Gogeta. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the combos that actually make sense to do with Gogeta. All of the good combos, the meta combos, the combos that you can cheese with, and all of the good stuff that Gogeta actually possesses. I'm not going to show you any of the garbage shit that can actually just fall and not work properly online. I'm going to show you how to properly utilize his combos. And then I'm going to show you how to properly move with Gogeta and key stun, key cancel, and show you his frame timing and how to utilize his dash stun with the Superman punch. So as you can tell, he has Superman punch. He doesn't have the elbow like Hit, Goku, and all these other busted ass bitches. So it's slightly different, but I'll show you how to utilize that later on in the video. Every character has different frame data, so the way you move around with them, the way you play with them is slightly interchangeable, but always worth to learn. Always worth the learn, right? So first off, I'm going to show you what never ever to fucking do. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys have come across this combo string if you've played as Gogeta before. Absolute garbage. It's so bad. It fucking missed in training, man. Did you see that? That missed in training. Well, let's do that again. At least it hit this time. That shit is so fucking horrendous. It's trash. Whoever made this shit needs to get fired. Why would you design this? Matter of fact, how about this? You see this entire string, this entire combo string, this square, 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 light. That shit, erased. Never existed. Don't even see. It's not on your controller. It was never there. Never touch it. Trash, garbage. Don't even do this on PQs by accident. This shit should never have existed to begin with, okay? Look at it as a tactical flaw. Just never happened, okay? So you just have one less combo with Gogeta completely, all right? So what you're gonna do is this, all right? This combo is his main combo stream, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this one also. This right here is his main combo stream. So this is a 5 light, 3 heavy, 5 square, 3 triangle, however you'd like to call it, 5x, 3y, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to hit this 5 times until you see that downward kick right there. And then when you see that downward kick, you hit the 3 heavies, just like so. Boom. That's his main combo, okay? So I'm just going to show you combos slowly because that's not the important part of this video, but that's one combo. And I'm going to show you how you can link this into other moves. So for example, let's say we did this, boom, yeah, like so, boom, bam, bam. Then we just hit him like this, straight to the nose. Bam, then we can have Punisher Drive directly after this. We can also back hit into a Mad Dance, into another Key Blast Cannon if we wanted, and so on and so forth. So that's just a link that we can do, okay? So that's one combo. Another combo we could do is this one. Now, if you've played Gogeta, you've done this combo before, so you're very well aware of how bullshit it is. So this combo right here is one of the best ones because you can interlink it into any of the super attacks, and just damn near always works. But online, on lag, and certain specific types of lag, that shit will just not connect. And if you're on the floor, like a big map, sometimes it won't work as well. So it's always worth trying to pop it on a big game, on an actual online game. But if it fails more, like twice or more than twice, then just stick to the other combos that I'll show you. But that is something that you guys can utilize, and this is how you'd link it into other moves, for example. And then you can just keep going. If you're on the wall, you can grab them and then continue the combo. It's stupid. Gogeta can do so much gut. Never mind. Okay, we'll get into that. So that's just one of the combos that you can use, for example. Okay? Now, another one would be a very, very simple YX. And then you see how he's like stuck in this frame right here? You see how he's stuck in that frame right there? Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to I messed up on that one. We're gonna YX, Key Blast Cannon. YX, Key Blast Cannon. YX, Key Blast Cannon. That in it of itself is an ultimate. It's like an infinite combo. So if they're below 2 bars of stamina and they're on the floor, a lot of the time it's easier to land it on the floor. we could just YX them. It's not an XY like everybody believes. XY, no XY. His XY is garbage. It's trash. But his YX? Woohoo! His YX. He can YX Key Blast Cannon you into oblivion. Okay, that's what he can fucking do. And it's stupid because kind of infinite is this. So right there, okay, that in and of itself is another infinite that you can do. And one of my favorite infinites for Gogeta, okay, would be the Super Mad Dance nonsense. So you kick him into the sky, okay, and this one is actually my favorite because it does the most damage with the least amount of inputs. So what we're going to do is we're going to X Mad Dance them into the sky, X Mad Dance them into the sky, and then just keep doing this shit. And if we want, if we're high enough, we could also Key Blast Cannon them. If we're high enough, if our character teleports here and doesn't teleport down more, we can also Key Blast Cannon them one time and then get them again. Now for Gogeta's stamina breaks, okay, you don't really need to stamina break with Gogeta. He's one of those characters where genuinely you just want to keep them below 2 bars of stamina the whole game and then just abuse them. That's Gogeta's playstyle. But if you want a stamina break for whatever reason, for the flex or for the Soul Punisher cheese, then these are gonna be the only stamina breaks that you really gotta use. Okay, he has multiple, but these are the important ones. So the first one would be this one. So that's the heavy stamina break. So if you're stamina breaking, you might as well use his heavy variant, okay? The heavy variant is just better. His light variant, it's whatever, but the heavy variant is better. And then if you actually stamina broke him, you can also just instantly Soul Punish him after a YX. And it will hit. That, you see that right there? That's some bullshit. That's why I don't like Soul Punisher like that. But online, that would have hit. That's some Xeno garbage right there. But yeah, you get the point. So that's the first stamina break. The second stamina break would be this one. That one right there. So this one works 98% of the time. Sometimes you're going to find that after this hit, for whatever reason, they can still run out of it. But majority of the time, it's not going to happen. Those are going to be the 2 stamina breaks that you use. Now, I know a lot of you are waiting for me to show you some flashy Soul Punisher tech, but matter of fact, this is actually contrary to popular belief. Soul Punisher isn't even the tech for Gogeta. Like, it's a flex move. Like, you can pull it off as a flex move when you're, like, just dunking on your opponent so hard they can't do shit. So you can, like, Soul Punish them for the troll. But genuinely, it's like, don't even focus on the Soul Punisher. And the only way I'd actually pull off the Soul Punisher, like, for real, would be this way. So let me actually fix this. So let's have guard right here. All right. So what I do is this. It's very simple. So we break guard, and then that's the easiest Soul Punisher you can ever land. You're just gonna YX them on a stamina break, and instead of Key Blast Cannoning, we're just throwing a Soul Punisher at them, and they can't evade it. That's literally all we have to do. We just break their guard, boom, YX, Soul Punisher, and go home. And if you want, and you have enough ki, and you can just pull it off again in the same stamina break, you can just do it twice. And then you're done. It's over for him. Because we're at level 199 right now, so if you have full ki, and then you can just do YX Soul Punisher, and just YX Soul Punisher again, and it's over. As long as they don't pop a limit burst, they're cooked. Okay? So that would be as far as the combos go, okay? Now, I could show you more flashy combos, like more, you know, stylish shit, but we're trying to be the best and most frame-efficient way. This is the best possible advanced way to play Gogeta without any nonsense, without getting caught on bullshit, without anything. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the important part of the video, which is actual movement and utilizing his frames and his moves correctly, okay? So, framework of movement. First thing is first, you need to understand how it works. So in every game, there's always going to be 3 fighting styles. There's going to be an offensive play style, which you probably know what it is. It's the guy that just keeps rushing you and is just offensive the whole way through. Actually, let's turn this off. Standing, there you go. So you're going to have an offensive play style where you're the one rushing. You're going to have somebody always is going to be on an offensive stance, and somebody is going to be defensive. So defensive would be the runners, the Namekians running away, the mash blockers, the guys that just wait on the floor, and then they XY you into some ultimate, into some super attack, etc. It's always those guys. They play defensive. They're not really rushing you, and they're kind of waiting for you to attack for you to then punish them. And then you obviously have the guys that are just neutral. So they're not defensive per se. They're not just waiting for you to attack every time. but they're not also throwing out the first attack. So what they tend to do a lot of the times is throw out a key stun right here, key stun, and then when a key stun eventually lands on you, they like hit you with a handy cannon and then start attacking you. So they're like neutral because they're not offensive all the way through. They kind of like think of what they're about to do and then decide if they're gonna pull the gay defensive strategy or actually just be offensive and attack you. Okay, so what we're gonna focus on with Gogeta is none other than an offensive son of a bitch. We're just offensive with Gogeta. There's no point in being defensive and none of that. The only time you'll ever decide to play defensive with Gogeta is when you hit 4 bars of stamina, and then I'll show you exactly how to start playing. Okay? So first of all, every time we are in this range from any character whatsoever, doesn't matter if we're in this range, like anywhere that's like far away to where we can't just rush him like this is how we would move. We won't be doing this. We won't be doing this unless we're trying to like flex on him. We would literally just Z-vanish, key stun, Z-vanish, and key stun. And we're not just doing this and running and waiting for them to attack. That's bum behavior. We are waiting to make our own openings because we have to attack them. We're not waiting for them to attack. We are attacking with Gogeta. So what we do is we do this. Okay? Now, what's the point of doing this? What's the point of doing this? Your opponent has 3 ways to react. Either he stands there and takes it, in which case the moment he gets stunned, you can hit him like this and there's nothing he can do about it. The moment anything connects like this, it's over. He's caught. He's done. It's over. Superman punch frame to the face. That's a free combo landed. So if this lands on him, bye-bye, go home. He's yours. And you can instantly, by the way, just mad dance him. Every 1 tap you have with Gogeta, free mad dance frame. Just like that. So they're literally going to have to evasive if they want to do anything about it. Okay? Second thing he could do is block. And if he blocks, he's going to be stuck in the frame for about half a second. You're going to be stuck in the frame. In which if you are in this distance, you can still get to him on time. So if he's like blocking and you hit him with a key stun and another key stun, you can usually 65 to 70% of the time get him by doing this. So if you're doing this from this distance, for example, you go like this. He blocks it, you get him. Like that. A lot of the times you can always get that, right? And then there's something that majority of the time people would do is run away as well. So if you're doing this, they would try to like run away. And when they're dashing like this, to the side specifically, you do not want to just rush into them because a lot of the times it'll hit their invincibility frame and then they'll be on the side talking about some and now you have to waste stamina and you look like a bitch, right? So that's not what we want to happen. So what's going to happen is this. Every time they run away like this, okay, we are going to keep getting closer to them. We are closing the distance. So if the distance is like this and they're running away, okay, so we're Z-vanishing and we're key stunning, but we're also closing the distance while they're like running away, right? And then when we get close enough, we don't need to Z-vanish anymore. When we get close enough, they're eventually going to start trying to attack us as well. So when we get close to like this range, we can start just enjoying our X frame. See how fast that lands? So what we're going to do is not rely on it because a lot of the times it's laggy and when you hit it, it just doesn't confirm. False confirms are a thing and it's a bitch. So it's either going to get a clash or you're going to get fucked. So instead of doing that, you're going to play the game like it's supposed to be played. Alright, for all you Steve Doge lovers and copers out there, the big 2026 complaining about the fucking key mechanic, which is a whole button on the fucking controller for God's sake. You are going to key stun them, not key cancel shit, you're not key canceling anything. You're key stunning them and you're waiting for it to land to see that stupid stun frame. See that right there? Small little stun frame? The moment it lands and you see a stun frame, you go in. If you don't see a stun frame and they are dashing backwards like this, you still go in. The power of Superman Punch should not be underestimated. If they don't dash the exact second you do it, they are getting caught, which means 90% of the time, if they dash backwards and you just do this, you are catching them in the nuts directly. Okay? If they dash forwards, they're fucked. There's nothing they can do, they're getting caught as well. Only if they dash to the side, which you know for a fact, a lot of these players, they don't understand the directional inputs of dashing, so they accidentally dash backwards, they accidentally dash forwards a lot. So what's going to happen If they dash forward, is you're going to catch them every single time you do this. If they dash backwards, you are going to catch them 90% of the time because they have to dash backward the exact second, the exact frame this lands. So if they dash backward the exact frame, then it would work because it has a slight invincibility frame on it, but it's not long like the side ones. The side ones are way longer. So if they do that, then they can get away from it. But the majority of the time they will fail, and then you will catch them and they have to waste 2 bars of stamina. Okay? The only time you should not be playing around like this is when they know how to fucking do this shit. And key stun, dash to the side, key stun, dash to the side, blah, 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 right? So if they're doing this and dashing to the side, you don't want to play around with it too much until they end the dash frame. So you see when they dash and they stop for a second, this is where you attack. So the moment they stop that one dash, you hit him with a key stun. So if you see a player dashing, the moment that dash frame, the second before it stops, right here, on this frame, you key stun it. And then, it's a guaranteed hit. So if they're dashing, key stun, hit. Okay? And when you do the hit, you always want to fly in, like this. So, you fly in like this. We're not doing this, that's different. We're not doing this, we are doing this. It looks like it's the same stun, it really does, but this one has slightly more frames, like slightly more. This one could work, but it's easier and more counterable, unless you have like an elbow. If it's Goku, Hit, Goku 4, Bardock, any of those characters with the elbows, then you can get away with it. Also not as good as this variant still, but with an elbow you can get away with it. With a Superman punch, that's what I like to call it, it's kind of less forgiving. So if a player is dashing and you just do this, a lot of the times they can get away with it and it's going to be a false hit confirmed for you and you're going to call it lag and then you're going to look stupid and say the game's trash and start raging and saying he's studying his code and looking like shit. So that's not what needs to happen, right? So a lot of the times when we catch players, we are going to be capitalizing on this right here. This is how we're going to be catching them. Either we do this, or we directly get to them, key stun, and then attack. Okay? Key stun, and then attack. And then the moment the opponent vanishes, let's have, where's the vanish? Alright, so I'm going to show you a little strategy once you get your opponent to vanish. Okay? So when our opponent vanishes, without getting into the double and triple key stun nuances, without doing any of that, this is literally a key cancel frame into a guaranteed hit majority of the time, unless they're perfect block demons. Okay, majority of the time, if they're perfect block demons or their movement is really good, you have to like do a mix-up in order to catch them with this. But you can catch them with this a lot. Okay, so let's say we're hitting our opponent right here. Our character is stuck in this frame. So this is what key cancels are for. If we do it too late, what's going to happen is the character is just going to turn super slowly and then stun the character like this. That is something that we could just not allow to happen under any circumstance. That's trash. Okay? So what we would do is we would attack and cancel out of that frame right there. But with Gogeta, sadly, you can't cancel out of this frame. You can't cancel out of it. It's uncancelable. You have to go through with it and allow him to stand before you can even shoot a key stun out. Okay? So we still have to do an extra input. We still have to do another extra X in order to get the key stun out. So if we do this, we still have to do another X. We still have to do that sweeping kick right there. Okay? So that's a risk. If we do that sweeping kick and the opponent's fast enough, he could catch us with a key stun. That is why you have to key cancel out of this shit. So you can't just go like this and wait for them to vanish, they will get you. You go like this, key cancel, and then you go again. That is how you counter that stupid nonsense. So you go like this, boom, boom, key cancel, boom, boom, key cancel, boom, boom, like that, boom. And you notice how I'm going above the character and then landing below him? So I'm going like this, and then I go like this. The reason I go above and then below is sometimes I can get them from here. Sometimes I can get them from here and it's not a blockable position. Like if they're blocking, I can still hit them from the top of their head. And a lot of the times when you go above them, they release the block button instinctively. A lot of the times they just do that and they try to move. And when they move, you can always get them because this just has more iframes than a regular dash back or dash forward. And they don't always do the dash to the side. When they do the dash to the side, they could get away from you. Or if they Z-vanish to the side, they could. But a lot of the times instinctively, you'll see it when you start hitting them. a lot, they just start to instinctively vanish and waste their stamina. So while they're wasting their stamina, you can get them like 2 to 3 times for free, and it's just free stamina wasting. Okay, so the way I do this is I just go like so. I cancel out of it by clicking an extra input. An extra X input is faster than an extra Y input, with Gogeta specifically. So extra X input, and then we key cancel, and then we fly up. So it's like, boom, fly up, and then fly down. So, boom, fly up, fly down. Okay, so we go boom, boom, fly up, fly down, instantly though. We're going like boom, boom. That's what we're doing, boom, boom. We're flying up, flying down. Which in and of itself is a hard mechanic to master. Like, it's kind of annoying to do it. But once you get it, you get it. You can, just based off of this alone, you don't even need to key stun or Gogeta. If they just vanish, you can do this shit super fast. And just get them. It's crazy what Gogeta can do, but yeah. You can do that without even key stun and key canceling. But if you key cancel and key stun, it just makes him a cancelable demon that has this extra nonsense in his bag. So you guys need to understand how to work with it, okay? So that's how you go about utilizing this stun. So now I'm gonna show you another mechanic. This is actually one of my favorite mechanics that you can run, okay? You can do this with every character, and with Gogeta, it's just stylish. You can get away with a lot of shit. So a lot of the times when you do this, okay, if you do it enough times in a game, it becomes predictable, therefore it becomes perfect blockable, and you can get punished, okay? So in the game, you can't do the same thing too many times without mixing it up. That's what mix-ups are for, right? So you have all of these strategies, and you can't do the same thing every single encounter. And by encounter, I mean every single time you clash with an opponent like this and get them to waste 2 bars of stamina. Each collision is an encounter. Each encounter should be treated by itself and needs to be used. And you have to use a different mix-up for each encounter in order for the next encounter to work just as well. For example, if all I did was hit the opponent and then back hit, right? If I just kept doing this and then back hitting again and then back hitting again, like every single time they vanish, super predictable, I'm gonna get fucked in the ass. So we can't do that, right? So what we would do is, first time we attack somebody, like right here, okay, let's say I get them in a combo, right? So I'm hitting you in a combo, like boom, 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 and I got you like this, I'm gonna hit you with my super mad dance, right? And then let's say right here they vanished, okay? They vanished there. The next time, okay, I could hit them like this. They wouldn't expect it. Or I could go backwards and then do the zoning tactic that I showed you guys earlier. Create space, and then the moment one of them lands, get them like this. That's a free get right there, right? And then a lot of the times when you get them on that frame after you zone them, if they already vanished one time, that's an instant vanish. So if I go like this, you're gonna get scared, and then the moment I hit them, they're vanishing right there. So then the moment they vanish from that, let's make the AI vanish real quick. Matter of fact, fuck it, I'm gonna show you guys a little mix-up that I like to use in the beginning of a lot of matches. You've seen me do this with my Male Earthling, Female Earthling, Vegito. You've seen me do this multiple times with a lot of characters, okay? So move up in the air, very important. Then I do something like this. And then so on and so forth. This is where I start to adapt to how my opponent is playing. If he's spamming handy cannon, if he keen stuns a lot, if he stands there and mash blocks, then at that point I'd start to adjust my movement. Y'all get the gist, right? So here's just another mechanic that I could show you guys. This is a movement mechanic. I use this with a lot of characters, right? So this is another bait in. So let's say we did one encounter, we did this, right? We rushed him, we free cancel out, and then instead of doing this again like multiple times, okay, let's say we did that twice. So we hit him like this, hit him again, right? Instead of doing it the third time, what we would do is we could boom, boom, and then hit him with a surprise burst dash. A lot of the times, the reason I do this and then this again is so that I can get up here and then burst dash him from on top of his head. Because when I burst dash you here, like if I burst dash somebody from this angle here, it's blockable, it's easier to block. If I burst dash you from, actually, let's restart from here. If I burst dash you from here, easier to block, easy to block, easy to block. So it's still gonna hit majority of the time because most players are just retards. But it's a lot easier to perfect block. But if I go boom, boom, and then hit you from here, you're not blocking that, buddy. You're getting fucked. I'm hitting you like this, and then I'm gonna chase after you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna hit you like this. I'm gonna chase after you, and then I'm gonna hit you again. Online, it always works. I go boom, boom, hit you like this. Either I vanish to the other side and hit you, or I go boom, boom, chase after you. You get fucked. Now, under the same principle, like I said, you can burst dash somebody on top of their heads. But if you're on top of the map, the same thing applies by just randomly lowering your fucking character like this and then burst dashing them from here. So a lot of the times you'd see me do this in games a lot. So I'd be on the top right here, right? So let's say I'm doing the X. He's gonna vanish every time. So let's fix this right here. So let's say I did the X mad dance, right? So I'm doing my X mad dance and now he's in the sky. So instead of me just continuing to attack him and doing my regular mix-up like this, right? And then having him vanish out of this and then maybe back hit him one time because Gogeta has a crazy back hit. So if you just throw out the back hit occasionally, like one time per match, it's probably gonna land, right? So it's all about mix-up. So first time you catch him with the above the head burst dash. Second time you catch him like this, right? Third time you catch him like this. Fourth time you just key stun him. Right, and then you play with his body like this, and then he vanishes, this hit right here, then you key cancel, dash back, boom, 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 and then you catch him again, right? So, on the fifth catch, when he's like half his stamina is gone at this point, instead of just playing the same game and doing what you just did and dashing and key stunning, which you still could, you could also just randomly, that's gonna hit him. Like, you just... it's the same thing. So imagine how he can't block it because you're right above him. You're just gonna lower yourself and he's not going to expect it. Like his angle, his camera angle is fucked. So you're just going down already puts him at a weird disadvantage to where he doesn't know what you're about to do. And from here, if I burst dashed him, he can't block it anyway because I'll be hitting him from behind. So I go like this and then I burst dash, I'm hitting his back. So he's, regardless of what he could do, the only thing he could do is get hit and vanish. So if I just boom, at this point I get a free hit in and he has to waste his stamina. So I go like this, and then I could just keep looping him. So now I keep him in a combo, right? He vanishes this hit right here, and then I just keep looping him. I keep doing some shit, right? If we come closer to the floor, I could boom, boom, and then just randomly. It's all about the randomness. So in the middle of my dash, while I'm doing all this shit, right? I'm catching him and doing all this shit. All of a sudden, right? Let's say I do this, he vanishes here. When he vanishes there, I drop down and then attack him. I drop down and attack him like this, and then now he has to fucking vanish again, right? And then he vanishes here, right? I go boom, boom, and then I'd attack him normally. It's about the randomness. Now, the reason I did this right here and not this when I did this initially is because I've already done that. So if I just do that one more time, there is a chance where I do this, he expects me to do the dash after I do two of these. Because you'll notice it's a pattern. I go like this, boom, boom, and then after the second one, I'm usually in the angle I need to be to hit you with this. So there's a chance that the opponent isn't completely brain dead, and when he sees me do this 2 times, he's holding block for his life, right? So if he's holding block for his life, instead of me just fucking doing this, imagine he's holding block, right? So he's holding guard. Where's guard? What the fuck? Alright, so he's holding guard, and instead of me just doing this and getting blocked and punished, right? I go boom, boom, and then I get him from behind. And now he's fucked. Now I get him, and he can't do shit about it, so I go boom, boom, from behind, and he's still my victim. Still my victim. After all that guarding, you're still my victim. You know why? Because I'm unpredictable. I go boom, boom, catch you like this, he predicted it this time, right? If he predicts this, it's blockable, it's punishable, not very favorable. This is where you have to waste stamina. But if you do this in a right mix-up, so you go boom, boom, the first time, you're going to get him the first time, majority, 90% of the time, he's going to hit. But if you do it 5 times, 3 to 5 times in a row, he's going to block it. So you do it 1 time, 2 times, great. The third time, you do boom, boom. Get him from behind, bitch. Fuck that nigga. Just beat him in the ass like that, right? And that's how you get him. It's a mix-up, okay? So that's why I just threw in the double split. Now, I'm showing you slight movement mechanics with Gogeta because it does help with him, but I'm not going to be doing the same movement mechanics on every single video. I just think on Gogeta, it's nice to add in the extra little spice with Gogeta because he's the GOAT for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, Vegito is stronger, but like, Gogeta's the GOAT, so he deserves the sauce. I'm obviously gonna put this in a more detailed video in the future, but Gogeta deserves the sauce, right? So, as I said earlier in the video, when we need to zone our opponents in close distance, the best thing we could do is Z-vanish to either side, whether it be left or right, right? Not forward, left or right, and then key stun him, right? And then the moment it lands, we can close the distance and attack them. Another thing we could do, since we were talking about this right here as a mix-up, right? If the opponent is guarding and he's ready for this mix-up, right? We hit him with this, right? So we've hit the opponent with both variants of this mix-up, or at least one of them during the game. Instead of closing the gap by doing this or just flying towards them, right? We can literally just go all the way back here, and then sometimes you could just throw this out and it will work. Like it's just gonna hit him, right? But sometimes, right, I do the exact same thing. I throw it out, but he predicts it and he blocks it, right? So we don't want that to happen. So you don't do this too many times per match, but this is how you could close this up. You could just act as if you're about to do it, and then last second on his face, you just switch over to the other one. So instead of going like this, right here on his fucking nostril, you switch over to the other variant, right? So instead of landing it like this, we go like this and then switch over to the other variant on his face, right? And then just teleport behind it. So we go like this, boom, and then now we have it like that right here. That doesn't work. Never do that. Okay? So we get him like this, right? And then boom, right here. And notice that this Vegito is guarding. Like he is guarding. Like he's actually on guard. He guards everything. Okay? And I'm still doing this and I'm still pulling it off. I'm still getting his ass. That stamina break never works. Never do that. I'm just never do that shit ever, bro. Never. Now, that right there is another possible mix-up that you can use. So, I'm going to show you guys a Gogeta match after the end of this video, and you guys are just going to see how I play with Gogeta, how I play with the key stuns, how I use the movement, how I use the dashes, and what combos I'm actually utilizing in the game. Okay, I'm going to show you guys that in the end of the match, at the end of the video. Okay, so to recap, Gogeta is an offensive character. We do not want to be a super defensive cook with him. We want to be offensive as possible. If for whatever reason, let's say our stamina was mad depleted like this, okay? And mad depleted is 3 to 4 bars of stamina. So if we had 4 bars of stamina, this is where we would switch up our playstyle slightly, because self-breaking with Gogeta is not the best thing ever, trust me. You do not want to self-break in general, because against a really good player, you're going to get caught, and against the mid player, like, you just don't need it. Like, if you're good enough, you just don't need to self-break. Self-breaking is cool, but you don't need it, and with certain characters, it's a detriment more than an actual help. So with Gogeta, you do not want to self-break anyway, right? This limit burst is not a super armor limit burst. He doesn't have heals. It's a fucking it's the fuck ass attack limit burst. It's fucking trash. it's garbage. So you do not want to self-break with Gogeta. Okay? So when we're in this state of stamina, we will come to the floor, obviously, because we want to regen stamina. So we're going to be on the ground, regenerating stamina, and while we're regenerating stamina, we are not going to be creating the altercations unless we see like a blatant opening. So if Vegito is like just sitting there, we're going to sit here and regen our stamina, right? But if he's like attacking us, we'd be like slightly dashing away, key stunning, dash key stun, and when we have an opening, we would attack him, right? But then we're just gonna like bait him into wasting slight pieces of stamina while we are like trying to regen as much as possible. Okay, that's how we would play with Gogeta. So when we have no stamina, we're gonna be on the floor, not interacting, waiting for them to come to us, and then every time they do, key stun, dash to the side, attack. If they're super far away, we just keep the zoning tactic by doing this. Right? We're just going to do regular dashes to force them to come to us. And then we're going to perfect block them. Every time they do one of these stupid fucking attacks just randomly, we're going to perfect block it. Unless it's hit. Don't perfect block hit, please. Don't perfect block Goku. Don't perfect block elbows in general. Like if you see an elbow, especially a head elbow, just don't try to perfect block that on a Gogeta. It'll work, but a lot of the times the frames are not going to be on your side, so don't even try that shit. But that's how we play defensive with Gogeta. And then every time we catch them on a reactive slip up, every time they attack us, and then we catch them, we're basically just going to either punish or drive like this, be a bitch about it, and then just continue hitting them with combos until they vanish, or we are straight up just gonna and then let them stay in the sky. Because we're just gonna do this and then do the sky variant of it. Like that's the floor variant right there, the sky variant. That's what we're doing. We're just gonna kick him up to the sky and leave him there. Get our stamina back. And then when we have about half of our stamina bar back, we can get back to an offensive playstyle. Alright, so we've gone over the Gogeta mechanics and the important shit, right? So let's look at his combo flow. Alright, let's look at the flowy combos and not the stylish ones, the Soul Punisher flare, that's garbage. We're talking about the actual important shit. Whereas if you use this and somebody else is trying to style on you, they're gonna get dunked on and fucking mogged to death. So these are the actual combos that are going to work, and then I'm going to show you a little combo extension that you can do with Gogeta, right? So, for example, this is what I mean by combo extension. You can do this for every character, but this is Gogeta's variant of it. So you notice that little dash that I can do at the end of a lot of knockaway combos. So we're not going to spam that too much because it does eat a stamina bar. But you can use that a lot of the times in combos that you're afraid are going to drop or just for the style of it and get a free Mad Dance at the end of it. So you can go like this and then a lot of the times just get a free Mad Dance if it's mid knockaway. So if you go like this, for example, we get a free Mad Dance, and we can just continue every single combo off of that stupid Mad Dance. And then at some point, we can just X Mad Dance them to fucking oblivion. Okay, and that's the Gogeta charm. X Mad Dance. It's pretty cheese, but you can't really spam it anyway because they can vanish out of that. So you're going to get them to below 2 bars of stamina anyway. So you still have to do the mix-ups. You still have to have the game IQ to get them to the point where they have no stamina, especially now that everybody is a level 199 with 15 fucking bars of stamina, so if they wasted 15 bars of stamina, they deserve every single kick they get to the skull at that point, right? So, this is how all that shit would look together, for example, right? So we go like this, boom, got you. Keyboard scanner, bitch. We're gonna hit him like this, boom. And then just continue going and doing whatever the fuck you want, right? And at some point, you can also literally just and online, you're going to teleport a lot closer to the sky, so you can actually just super Mad Dance and then Ki Blast Cannon directly after it. On training, it's a bit more tricky, like, because I teleport way too low for it to actually work majority of the time. But online, you're always going to teleport here. So directly after a super Mad Dance, you can reliably hit the Ki Blast Cannon. Here, you can hit it, but it's like damn near almost not hitting. See? Like sometimes you just teleport way too low. But online, it's reliably hitting. Reliably every single time. So instead of just X Super Mad Dance, you can also X Super Mad Dance, Ki Blast Cannon, it will hit, and then after the Ki Blast Cannon hits, at that point right here, you can grab them, and if they vanish, it's going to waste a stamina bar, and they are fried. And if you're on the wall, you can literally combo into a grab. You can literally just grab, and then continue your combo. Like if you're on the wall, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Sometimes you can genuinely get away with doing this as well. Yeah, you can do that. It's insane, but yeah, you can do that as well. So that would be combo flow, combo extension, grab cheese, and that's how you're going to utilize it. Now, one last thing I'll show you with Gogeta, okay? Because these are going to be the combo streams you're going to be using. That's not what you're going to be using. And then mix-up tactics, for example, okay? We have boom, like this, boom. We caught the opponent. Let's say we caught him right here, right? So we go like this, caught you, boom. Now he's gonna vanish a lot of the times. Or you combo him, they vanish here because they don't like to get the knee to the face. It's either they vanish on this frame. When they vanish on that frame, it's very easy to key cancel out of it. Or they vanish on this frame right here. 1, 2, they vanish here. The reason they vanish here is because they don't want to get hit by this shit. Look at the damage. That's 5,000 damage in one kick. 5,000 damage in one kick. So if I was to show you what that would look like on a normal health bar. 1, 2, now look at this kick. Look at this kick right here. A lot of people don't want to eat that damage. And they know that it's easier to catch your opponent if they don't know how to professionally key cancel out of shit. So if I was to do this, most likely they're going to vanish here, right? So instead of following through with the kick, what you could do is stall. And then, at that point, they're vanished, and then you can key cancel out of it, and then continue to get them, like that, right? And then you're just going to continue doing the mix-up. If you're here in the sky, you go down, hit them like this, boom, 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 boom. If you're up here, you go boom, boom, and then you actually attack them like this, or you go like this, and then you attack them like that, and then you just keep going, right? So, buff here, boom, boom, bitch, attack his ass. Or you go boom, boom. Eventually, he's going to attack you, and then you can, like, get him. Right? Like that. That's a mix-up. Boom, and then I'm combo extending. Super Mad Dance, bitch. X Mad Dance this guy to oblivion, no more health. He's dead. It's over. You see what I'm saying? So that is what that would actually look like. So yeah, I know this one's been slightly longer than a normal video that I make, but that has been Gogeta. The man, the legend, the fusion born in hell, the angel himself, Gogeta. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to be making more characters as we go on. As the week goes on, I'm going to make a few other characters. CACs I'm going to save for last. Everybody's trying to fucking learn my human, so that'll come. That'll come as well. That'll definitely come. But yeah, let me know in the comments who you would like me to make a video on next. Alright? Anyway, yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Yeah!